Welcome to our classroom cave. This video is going out to the sixth graders that are going through our financial literacy unit, kind of the basics to financials. I wanted to send out just a quick video that went over your vocab assignments that you guys did. The purpose of this vocab sheet, these 10 vocab words, is just to have everything that we're going to talk about in one place. So we're going to be referring through our assignments over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be referring to our vocab sheet. I have it pulled up on a separate computer over here, and just going back and forth. What I want to do is some of the definitions, if you look them up, might be a little confusing. I just want to kind of put this video together to kind of clarify what some of those are. Okay, I hope all of your learning at home is going well. I know the first week can be a little stressful and is. I'm seeing it myself as a teacher and also as a parent with my two girls doing the same thing. So hopefully you guys are all doing well. I miss being at school. Threw in an update yesterday in Schoology about doing a Zoom video conference with both my sixth grade classes. If you guys are interested, go in and hit the like button on that update. If you guys want to do that, maybe Monday I'll set something up so we can just do a quick check-in update, see how things are going. Maybe throw around some suggestions of what's working, what's not working, that type of thing. I actually created this same video yesterday and it wouldn't upload, and then when I got it to upload late last night, there was some things that I had to make some changes to. So hey, here I am doing the same thing that I did yesterday again. So it's a learning curve. I'm going to also maybe Monday shoot another just kind of funny video for you guys. Something that's not as serious as this one, where we're just going over these vocab words. So to start, we're going to go through each of our 10 vocab words. So the first vocab word on my computer that I'm looking at is budget. And it says it's an estimate of income and expenditure during a period of time. So a lot of times budgets are set up for like a month. And all that is the amount of money that you're making, and you're looking at how much you make and then how much you're going to spend. And you never obviously want your spending to be more than you make. So that's why you're going to set up budget sheets. If you're going through your Bonsai this week, because all you had to do up to this point was just do the pre-test. You're going to go through, there's going to be a lemonade stand that you're going to run, and there's a budget in there with different categories, and it's going to show how much money you make and how much money you spend. So budget helps us kind of clarify how much we make, how much we spend. When you get into 7th and 8th grade, we're going to do different budget projects. So hopefully that makes sense. The next one is a checking account. So 2 and 3 are checking and savings accounts. Okay, both of these are accounts at a bank. The difference is with a checking account, you can make different withdrawals out of that account. You can write a check and then it will come out of that account, or you can do it electronically. You can electronically transfer money from there, or you can use a debit card, which is another one of ours. So if you go to the store and use your debit card, it comes right out of your checking account. A savings account is a little bit different. You don't get anything that goes with that. You can take money out of it by going to the bank or visiting an ATM and getting money out of that. But a savings account is a little bit different because you can't write checks and it comes out of your savings account, or you can't use a debit card and it comes out of your savings account. And the biggest difference is a savings account earns interest. So if you go out and you put $50 into a checking account and you wait till you're 15 years old and you say, okay, I'm going to go get that $50, it's still going to be $50. A savings account is a little bit different. If you put $50 in a savings account right now and you wait till you're 15 or 16 years old and you go to draw that out, it's going to be worth more than $50. Now, not a lot. It earns interest, but not a ton. But it will be worth more money than what you have in there. So that's the nice thing about putting together a savings account. Especially, I encourage my students when we're in class to, if you don't have a savings account, it's a good thing to just kind of throw in there now. Even if you throw $5 here or there in there, that's still something that's good. You know, if you are doing some chores this spring or this summer and you get paid $20, you might want to throw $5 into a savings account and keep the 15, and just kind of watch your money grow over time. When we get into 7th and 8th grade and we go through our financial lit unit, we actually do some different stuff with some different accounts, have some guest speakers come in and talk about how there are other ways where you can take the money that you have to make more money. But just that's kind of an overview of our savings account. So 4 and 5 are debit and credit card. I kind of talked about a debit card. A debit card is a card given to you from a bank, and then when you use it, the money just comes out of your checking account. So that's a little bit different than the credit card. The credit card, and a lot of people get these confused, especially when we're talking basics when it comes to just learning about financial literacy stuff. A credit card is different. You can use your credit card and it doesn't come right out of your account. What happens is at the end of the month, you're going to get a statement or you're going to get a bill, and it's going to say you charged this, and this, and you owe us X amount of dollars. So let's say if I use my credit card to buy some groceries and to buy some gas for my vehicle, at the end of the month they're going to send me a bill, and it might be, say, $75 or $80. And they're going to say you owe $75 or $80, or you can make a minimum payment of $8. And what happens is a lot of people see that and they want to just do the minimum payment or not pay the whole thing off. The issue is then you have to pay interest. They start charging you more. So if you pay that off at the end of the month, it is what it is. It's that $80 or whatever. If you pay the minimum off, they're going to charge you like 20%. Some banks, some credit cards, up to 20% on interest in that, which is a lot. So that means you're paying more than what you've spent. So you have to be careful with credit cards, okay? So the difference between a debit and a credit card: debit card comes right out of your checking account right now, right away. A credit card you can use, and then at the end of the month, they say you owe us this amount of money, and if you don't pay it off, then what ends up happening is you get charged interest. The next one is a loan. So this is just a sum of money that is expected to be paid with interest. A lot of people take loans out for things like vehicles, houses. We're going to get to our last one is mortgage. That's a specific loan just for a house. But they take loans out for boats, things like that. And a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times, the bank will loan you the money, but then how they get their money back out of that is they charge you interest. And so you can look at, later next week I'm going to put together a video where you can look at if I have an account for this loan and I have to pay this loan back, you're not only paying the loan, but you're paying interest too. Now there are some loans out there, especially right now, that are 0%. And those loans, then you have to pay the full amount back, but you don't have to pay, there's no interest on it. So whether you pay the amount up front or pay it over time, it ends up being the exact same amount, where most loans have interest. So that you're paying the total amount back plus the interest back. But, you know, sometimes people have to use these loans to get vehicles and things because they might not have the amount of money sitting around to just go out and purchase whatever the expensive item is. And so what happens is when you take a loan out, let's say for a vehicle, then you just make a monthly payment until it's paid off. But remember that interest is there. Now 7 I have up here is principal, and I put not like Mr. Blower, principal, P-A-L, the last 3 letters. Sometimes gets the first definition would have been the principal of a building, but this is denoting the original sum invested or lent. So that goes back to our loan, okay? So your principal is the amount you pay that goes to the original amount loan. So if I take out a $20,000 loan for a vehicle, I'm going to have a principal payment and an interest payment, and that principal payment is going to go to that original amount. Okay, our next word 8, interest, is also what you're going to be paid. That interest money goes to the bank when you pay that. So when you take a loan out, you have to pay the principal amount, the amount that you loan. So let's say that we are $20,000, and you also have to pay interest, and that, like we said, goes to the bank. The higher the interest level or the interest rate, the more money the bank is going to get, the more money you're going to pay in interest. So if you take a loan out, you want as low of an interest rate as you can get. Before I shot this video, I went and did some research on some of the interest rates that are out there right now, and you're finding things anywhere from 1.5 to 5 or 6%. So those, once you get up to that 5 or 6, it's high. What I want you to do is, right now people are wanting you to buy vehicles and things. So as you're watching TV over the weekend, look at some commercials for car companies. Right now, they're really trying to sell some cars. So you're going to see commercials from car companies that are saying 0% interest for 84 months. And what that means is that you can buy that vehicle and you can have a monthly payment and you're not going to pay any interest on it. Those 0% loans are something that helps keep your payment down when you go to the bank. So check those out, okay? Number 9 I'm up to is expenses. This is basically the money that you're spending, or the amount of money that you're going to spend on something. So when you look at expenses, right now you guys probably don't have a lot of expenses. When I set up my budget right now, my expenses are things that I'm going to spend money on. Things like my cable bill, things like my internet, my vehicle payments, things like my house payment. Those are all expenses. Money out that we go out to eat with when we used to be able to go out to eat. Remember how fun that was? But or takeout, we could say now, but those are all expenses, things that you spend money on. And then number 10 is the mortgage, and this is just a special loan that you also get charged interest, but it's a special loan just for a house. So what happens is you take a loan out from a bank or a mortgage company, and like I said, it's a special one just for a house. These sometimes can be a lot longer. You can take a loan out for a house for up to 30 years. A lot of times students are kind of shocked. They're like, oh my gosh, 30 years. But because it's such a large amount of money, that sometimes it's taken out for a longer period of time. So that's kind of our review of the vocabulary words. If you have questions about it, shoot me an email. You can message me through Schoology, but just a reminder, go back in, and if you guys are interested in doing a 6th grade Zoom, now it won't be the whole 6th grade, it'll be my 5th hour, my 7th hour together. If you guys want to do that, just kind of a wellness check-in. Hey, how's everyone going? How are things going? Anything I can help with? Those types of things. Hit the like button on that in Schoology, and if I get enough people, right now I only have like 8 people in 5th hour that want to do it, and nobody in 7th hour. So if we get people that want to do it, we'll do it. If not, we'll keep plugging away. I'm going to put this in Schoology, but since I'm here and putting this video out, next week, all I'm going to have you guys do is just work through that Bonsai financial literacy program. It's kind of like a game. You got to do a pre-test, and then you play the game where you have this lemonade stand and you make money, and then you spend money, and you get to make different choices of things that you want to buy and not buy, and it goes through all of these kind of, a lot of these vocabularies, not all of them, but a lot of these vocabulary words that we're going to have. So that's going to be what you're going to do next week, but I'll put that in Schoology and in the 6th grade document and all of that stuff as we go through today. So thank you for all of you that have been sending out emails and questions. I know Austin and I got to do a Zoom the other day. You had a question about the Bonsai program. If you guys have that and you want to do a Zoom, you have hey, I have a question and I can answer it through Zoom, we can absolutely do that. It's a good way for us to communicate. So hopefully you guys are all doing well and everything's going great. And look forward to a possible Zoom meeting next week, and then putting together some other videos for you. All right? See you later.